Please note that some footage used in today's video is owned by the club NUFC. Hello everyone, so the other night Newcastle United Foundation and the club hosted a very special evening celebrating 125 years of the club and also some of the great work by the foundation, which doesn't really get enough recognition in my eyes. Kate Bradley, who was the head of Newcastle Foundation, addressed over 500 guests. She started the event off and then we're seeing Gabby Logan. She's actually a massive Newcastle fan ever since she was at uni, when she was up here, I think she was at Durham Uni many years ago. And also Justin Lockwood, who's used to be on Metro Radio, and also he comes on halftime St James's Park. He is, I think he's the cooperative host, I believe, of the club, and actually he follows us on Twitter, so hello Justin if you're watching. But the event was there to recognise those who have achieved amazing things and to raise money as well. That's what the event was there also for as well. And remember, as I mentioned earlier on, 125 years at the club. This is what Rafa Benitez said on the event.
I am really pleased to be here with my staff, with some players. So I think it's important to remember 125 years is massive, and also the job that the foundation is doing for the community. So I think it's a great opportunity for sticking together, like I like to say.
I saw Carl Darlow speak after that as well. He was speaking about to Gabby Logan about, you know, coming up as champions. It was important to be back in the Premier League, in particular for the 125 years. It's nice. We've seen Jose Perez speak to Gabby as well, and he was talking about this season they're back in the Premier League, that it's important. And a rare interview from even John Joe Shelby, he was talking about how important the foundation is here. He doesn't really know much about it, but he did say that Newcastle players should be doing a lot more, and that's nice that John Joe's actually turned around and said that as well. Now, the two massive news that come out of tonight, that we had two inductees in the Hall of Fame, two strikers. The first one being Sir Les Ferdinand. Now, Ferdinand had two fantastic seasons, although he was only here for 2 seasons. First season, he scored, I think it was 30 goals, League and Cup, and then when Shearer came in, I think he scored 25, if I'm off the top of my head, maybe 23. I'm not far off it, but that's when I grew up. That's when I fell in love with Newcastle. It was around about that time, 94, 95. Ferdinand come in the 95 season. I remember Warren Barton, Shaka Hislop, David Ginola all signing over the summer. We came second, obviously, we'll not talk about that, but that was amazing growing up at them times. And Shola Miobi is the other one. This surprised me. He played over 400 games for Newcastle. That has really surprised me. That's some going mind to stick around and play over 400 games, so massive congratulations. Even Alan Shearer sent him a little video.
Les, Shola, congratulations on your induction into the Hall of Fame at Newcastle United. It's been a long time coming, but have a great night. Cheers.
So Steve Harper picked up the award for Les Ferdinand, who couldn't make the event. However, Shola said he said it was a great honour. The club has meant the world to me. It just means a lot, and it's great to be part of. And speaking of actually Shola Ameobi as well, he's a patron for the charity as well. He actually comes up on his days off when he's not playing for Notts County to help with the youngsters, and I think that is absolutely mint. How many times do you really hear that or hear about stories like that from a footballer? Now, there's going to be a new centre which the foundation are launching, which is just up the road. It's just up Stanhope Street. A lot of you will know, a lot of you will park there match days. This is what Shola said. It's an in-depth video. Have a look at this.
Hi, I'm Shola Miobi and a proud patron of the Newcastle United Foundation. This community centre in the shadow of St James's Park is where it all began for me. With your help, we could really start changing lives for the better for generations to come. We are Newcastle United's official charity, and this is our vision for the future of our community. This is the next chapter in our remarkable story, in our city's remarkable story. For 10 years, we have coached, mentored, educated, and provided opportunities. This, our new home, will help us do even more. It will connect the community, becoming a vibrant place to be for thousands of young people and their families, just a goal kick from St James's Park. It will be a state-of-the-art hub for sports, education and well-being, with programmes delivered by our award-winning team. And football will be at its beating heart. We'll provide access to activities that will change people's lives for the better, giving them the physical and social benefits that only sports can. People of all ages and abilities can join in. We'll build team spirit, inspire confidence and improve health and well-being in our community. And it's about much more than that. This will be a place for specialised learning, for personal development, for new experiences. History is not just about what you did yesterday. It's about doing something today that will shape tomorrow. This is not just about constructing a new building. It's about transforming lives, giving a community a new lease of life and changing it for the better, forever. Join us, build a legacy and share its success for years to come. Thank you.
It's brilliant, that, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Now, what about people who have your day-to-day struggles? You know, people who have disabilities, people who have tough hardship, and I'm talking like really, really tough. You know, I'm not just talking about being in care. I'm going a little bit further than that. You know, what about people who are having really, really hard time being a child as well? I'm going to be showing you a few stories. If you want to see more in full, head over to nufc.co.uk, the club's website, and also the social media where they have the full ones, because I don't want to put in all the videos out there because this video will go on. But some touching stories, yeah, they are.
Emma was the firstborn on the 26th of February and Anna was born on the 27th of February. So even though they're twins, they have different birthdays, which is quite special. Emma has a quiet confidence about her. She's always had it. She knows who she is and that's lovely to see. Anna, not so much. She's a little bit more reserved, but she's definitely more of a risk taker. So if there's something you shouldn't be doing, that is what Anna will do. So we aren't a sporting family at all. But then that started to change. They got the Premier League Primary Stars coaches came into school and they seemed to sort of have a new lease of life for sport. They were joining in more, there was no tears. They started to say that PE was their favourite lesson and that just seemed to get progressively better, so PE was never an issue anymore, they loved it. And then out of the blue, I got a phone call from the school to say that they had been selected to attend the Foundation 1892 Cup for Newcastle United. Once we got there, the girls had to go into the changing rooms and they were given the full Newcastle United strip. They were given the t-shirt, the shorts, the socks, the coat. Afterwards, they got to meet Rafa, which was quite a big deal. When we got back from the day, we were just sat talking and they were saying how much they'd loved it and they wanted to do more. We got in touch with the team in Blythe and asked them if they could attend. At the beginning they would kick the ball and it'd be quite lightly. Now they seem to just grow and change as soon as they're on the pitch. It's really nice to see.
So Ali's been involved in kick since my very first session, which was just over 4 years ago now, and he was always known to be a quiet lad. You probably won't get a lot of conversation out of him at first, but we only realised about 6 months ago that that's because he'd just come from Somalia maybe a year before and his English was very limited. Our kick sessions run social inclusion football across Newcastle, Northumberland, North Tyneside and Gateshead. We're engaging people who might have just come in the country or could be A-grade students. It's really football for everyone and I think that creates a really good sense of community. It's Newcastle United and the club that everyone is so passionate about in the area, providing these opportunities for young.
Life for me before the foundation was difficult. I battled addictions, crime. I was a social outcast of my own wording. I believe it was a very negative life. I didn't have much hope. I was very pessimistic, very depressed, very anxious, and spent most of my time alone. It was a great fun learning environment, which was the most important part to me, but it was an interactive fun session and that made it more worthwhile.
So before Ryan started with us, he hadn't had any previous work experience at all. Ryan since went on to gain employment, which was an excellent achievement.
I personally don't believe I would have had a job to this day without Marks & Spencer's help and also the foundation, because the foundation's stepping stones to get into the retail. Obviously the confidence building, the interacting with others, taking me out my comfort zone, it gave me the push I needed to get out there.
Jack, as you know, was profoundly deaf and we initially pointed him in that direction. Obviously due to Jack's disability, the sessions were just too quick for him. We suggested he goes to the Cerebral Palsy Club because obviously a lot of kids have mobility issues, they're of different ages. The Cerebral Palsy session was perfect for him. His mother Carol said, look, Jack will struggle to start with. He's obviously got mobility issues and he does have a tendency to fall over now and again. But like everything else, we tailored the session and it worked.
Well, I was just saying before, to go back a bit, when he first started, you used to always have your hand in your mouth, think, oh no, you're going to crash into something. But no, now you've got that confidence in Jack, and Jack got the confidence himself. it just makes you feel wonderful.
Everything in the club Phil wanted to do. He built the club up, and it was his life for quite a few years, so got it back on an even keel, and I would say he saved the club.
When Phil first took over, the club did have a few problems. The first thing he had to sort out was the club was in debt. There wasn't money coming in other than the subs, so it was a case of trying to find sponsors, trying to find people who would support it.
Phil paved the way for all of the hundreds of girls who are playing football with Newcastle United Foundation today.
He didn't stop until he could get absolutely everything for us, just to ensure that we could play week in, week out.
Every single day of Phil's life there was something to do with Newcastle United Women's. Phil wanted to see Newcastle United Women's Football Club play in the Women's Super League. He wanted to see a time when the girls didn't have to work and play and pay to play, and his final aim was for Newcastle United to take the ladies over. He always wanted to see Newcastle United Women's play under the club, and the fact that they are now part of the Newcastle United Foundation, I know he's a very happy man.
Now, saying all that today, that makes me proud to support this club. Now, Newcastle get a lot of stick, bad press, but stuff like that, it just brings hope and a bit of like passion, pride. I feel massively pride doing this video, looking back and watching all the videos, doing the research for this video as well. Really proud to say that I'm a Newcastle supporter after watching all those videos as well. Hope you are too as well. It's great work that the foundation do, and the club as well. Let's be honest, yeah, the club do get involved in the activities involved as well. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you, bye bye.